Okay. All right. Good morning, core banker George. I shouldn't say the core banker George anymore.
Oh,
Hi,
that's
10 partners,
George.
Gene. Or George Welty, for
Yep,
sure.
just called George.
George Welty. Okay. Good morning. Happy to see you guys. And I hope you have a nice weekend. And as you know, that the daylight saving time started yesterday. And it was a beautiful day. It was a splendid way to start the daylight saving time. And I'm happy, I get to see the sunlight even at 7 o'clock at night, and this is good. And also it's good for the agents, by the way. And have a lot of sunshines and you can go out and door knocking and go out and making mingle with friends and go out and market your properties and get your listings. And hey, this is the golden time to do business. So don't miss it, and spring is coming and it'll be weather will be beautiful and warm. So so whatever. Get your business gear into place, okay? And I would like to share something personal on over the weekend too. I get a broken pipe inside my house
Uh-oh.
yesterday actually, and this is something that I dread most. Because it can cause a lot of damage. But this time I was lucky that I got the Moen leak detector, and I detected on in time, and then I stop. I noticed that it was it was given me an email to me to my iPhone, and I quickly attended to it, and then shut off the main valve, and it avoided a lot of damage. And you know that the for the insurance, the most payout is not the fire, it's the water damage, believe it or not,
Mhm.
and the insurance company are looking really, really serious about it. And they are promoting that, if you have a leak detector, it's like the Moen detector, and they will with the automatic shut off, then your premium will be lower. So by installing that Moen detector last year, I saved $300 in insurance premium. So I think that's a good thing for people to consider. If you don't want a lot of damage in the house when that happens, because you're a broken pipe, you never know. And it just happened too in our company, in the George Wilty building. About 6 months ago, when you rent it out to the tenant, and the tenant forgot to shut off the valve over the weekend. It cost $230,000 damage. Okay,
Mhm.
but luckily, the insurance cover most of it, but then still we have a deductible like $2,000 deductible, and also after the claim, the premium went up. So I think it's really good to consider if you for your home or for your business install a Moen leak detector. It only costs about $500 to $1,000. Depends on what kind of devices that you want to install. So that is my advice. That's my personal recommendation. Okay. All right. With that, I would like to introduce our affiliates today, and you know that Nicole Menard is going to be our affiliate spotlight today. She's going to talk to us about how to leverage your expertise in getting the property reports and all the data that is necessary to tell you about the properties. And it's going to be very interesting. I look forward to that. But before that, I would like to introduce the affiliates. So let's begin with John. John
Thank,
White from Snap Picture NHD. John, good
thank
morning.
you, thank you, Peter. Appreciate you guys. Yes, it's a little tough when we have the daylight savings times because your circadian rhythms are thrown off, and you know, it sets you back a little bit. You got to catch up on the sleep. But, you know, if you plan ahead, it's not so bad. You know, go to bed a little earlier, things like that. And right now, Peter is correct. This is the time to reach out to your sphere of influence. Go pitch your properties at different sites. You can also do it in person at the associations. And it's a great time for you to reach out and get to know your farm. And that's where these lovely ladies from Title will help you out. As far as the NHD go, I've been talking about this, but the CAL FIRE local responsibility maps are in the process of being redone and expanded. And for LA County, it will be in place on the 24th of this month. Ventura County is done as of today, so they're moving south. And make sure you look at the reports and read them. The other thing I wanted to let you know is in some of the reports, you're getting improper information as far as if you have to fill out the FHDS card form. It is not a requirement to fill out the form in 3 different cases. If the property is a probate, there's no TDS, it's not required. If it's vacant land, it's not required, there's no TDS. And if both of the trustors have passed away, then it's not required. But if one of them is still alive, you do have to fill it out. But remember, and as far as the inspections go, there is no requirement in LA County for you to have to get the seller to get the inspection. They do have to fill out the FHDS if it applies. But the inspection, it's written in some of these reports that you have to get the inspection. You do not, but if you do need it, we have the links both for CAL FIRE and the local county where the property is located to help you deal with those things. Remember also that you do have to get a report for leases. We have the free lease report. We're the only ones with the free lease report. And to help you with your buyers, we have the property tax estimator. John Wax, Snap and HD. I'm here, been 30 years, and here to assist you and consult with your clients so you can have a smooth transaction. I'm looking forward to having the title presentation today. And I don't have them on, but wear your badges because that's where people come up to you and talk about the business. And it's a great way for you to get a lead in to speak to them. And thank you again. My information will be in the chat. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, John. Thank you for valuable information. That's right. For the trust. A lot of time I get the question about the trust. You know, you see, if I still have to do the TDS and stuff like that, then you get it really in a precise sense, saying that if the one of the trustees still alive, they have to do the TDS. Good. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right, let's go with Yolanda Arenas from WFG title. Yolanda?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, high 10 George Realty. Love it. Instead of high 5, it's high 10.
Yeah, high 10.
Yeah, Yolanda Martinez Arenas, WFG National Title Company. You know, right now it's a great time to prospect. Great time, especially because when ones are doing their income tax, they're being advised to buy. They're being advised that it's okay to sell and do a 1031 exchange, or with the Proposition 19, you can transfer your tax base if you're a senior. So right now, my clients are getting listings. I just have a happy story. One of my realtors went door knocking last week when the day was beautiful and got a listing lead and is going this morning on a listing lead to get this beautiful listing. So door knocking works, mail outs work, or just see your customers. Prospecting whatever way makes you feel comfortable. Make it a productive week, everybody. If you need anything, just give me a call and have an awesome day.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Yolanda. Do we have any other affiliates other than Nicole that came in late that want to speak up? If not, then we'll go to Nicole Manat from Fidelity National Title. Well, Nicole doesn't need any introduction. Everybody knows Nicole, and she's very amicable, friendly, and knowledgeable, and all those adjectives. But today she's going to talk to us about something very, very important for us as real estate agents. And let's welcome Nicole. Nicole, good morning.
Good morning, Peter. Thank you for the compliment. Appreciate it. And it's a pleasure to be here with all of you this morning. I hope that you're enjoying this wonderful time with the time change, longer days ahead of us, as John and Yolanda said. Perfect time to prospect. And when you're out prospecting and you get that call or set that appointment to meet with the homeowners, that's where we come into play. And obviously you request a property profile. So when you prepare for your listing appointment, having that profile on hand is essential, right? You want to have the right tools at your fingertips and provide the clients, the homeowners, with the knowledge and expertise that you have, and provide any concerns that they may have, as well as any expectations. So today I'd like to walk you through the importance of ordering a property profile and how the components within the profile will help you when having conversations with sellers. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's see, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So the first page that you see of the profile is basically the property details. Okay, this gives the property address. As you can see here, it gives the county information, the mailing census info. And what I did is I pulled information on the Getty, because everybody knows the Getty Museum, correct? So I thought it would be fun to pull information on the Getty. So here it shows our property use, which is a museum, library, art gallery. And then it provides the parcel number, and parcel number basically identifies the property. This is the information that the county assessor, provides and identifies the property in order to issue tax bills. And so if by chance, especially with commercial properties or vacant land, if you can provide your favorite title rep with the assessor parcel number, this will make it a lot easier for us to locate the properties, especially with commercial transactions. Because a lot of times the address that is provided is not necessarily the address that it's assessed under. So keep that in mind. Another way that we can run commercial properties is if let's say it's on a corner, we can identify that way. And we can also pull like an aerial view within our online system. So if maybe the address is on either side, we can also pull that way along with the owner's name. So parcel number, then you have a brief detailed description of the property, the legal description. This will be in detail within the documents, the recorded documents. Now, one item I'd like to bring to point here with the current ownership. A lot of times I get calls and clients say, well, I see the primary owner is only showing 2 individuals, but I don't see that it's held in the trust. So in case you're not aware, in these particular fields, there's only so many characters that are allowed. So I wouldn't rely on the cover page. What I suggest is when you're going through the profile, you actually go and look at the recorded documents. That way you can confirm who the actual vested owner is. This is just a brief overview. Okay, so don't just look at the cover page or even your tax information, because I do get calls from clients a lot of times that are using the MLS service. It's always best to pull copies of the recorded documents. That way we have a clear overview of who the owners are. Okay. Then you'll see over here on the right side, it shows the sales price, if there was a price here. And in this case, we didn't have a sales price to pull for this particular property. When there was a transaction that took place, so this could have been either a sale, and in this case, it was not a sale, most likely maybe transferring from one individual to another. So this would be the last transaction date and the date that it recorded, and then this is the recorded instrument number. So if you're looking at this information and maybe you just want to get a copy of this recorded document, you can always reach out to us and provide us with that recorded instrument number, and we can pull that document for you. Okay. Then you'll also find loan information on this front cover page. You'll also find property characteristics, bedroom, bath, square footage, the lot size, the land use, number of stories, year built, bed, bath, as I mentioned, the lot size. Now, we do get a lot of calls regarding characteristics. Bedroom is showing a different figure than what's showing on the assessor's website. Lot size, square footage. As you know, our data is provided by the county assessor and also gathered by the county recorder. So they compile that information and then it's provided to us and to our data providers. Sometimes you will find that there's discrepancies. If there's discrepancies on our cover pages, and if you're looking, let's say, at the assessor site as well as permits that have been filed, we can always reach out to our data provider to make sure that we have the most current information. If there's an error, then we can have them corrected on our cover pages. So I just wanted to let you know that that's something that can be corrected in the event we are showing the wrong information, okay? You'll also see on the cover page the assessment and taxes, and this information is pulled from the county assessor. If there's any delinquencies, you'll also see that here on the front cover page. Are you guys able to see this clearly? Is it too small?
No, it's fine.
Oh, we could see.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Then if there's any lien history, that would show here on the cover page as well. Then you'll dive into the comps. So typically when the comps are pulled, it's based off of the information for our specific property. So bed, bath, square footage. They try and get as close to our subject property with regards to the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, you know, the square footage and lot size. If you find that you need more refined comps, let us know. We're more than happy to help you, make these a little bit tighter and closer to what you need. And they typically are about a half-mile radius that we run. Now with commercial properties, these are more difficult to pull. So a lot of times we have to expand to the entire city and also expand to the length of time. Another way that we can pull this property information or these comps is through our comp report that we offer, and it's available on our website. And you can pull that information for the last 3 months, 6 months to a year. It also shows properties that have not been in the MLS. They were off-record sales. And this can also be pulled for single family, for vacant land, units. So if you'd like access to that information, let me know. We can provide you with the link as well as the login information, okay? So again, the comps, and you'll see an area analysis. So this will show the total number of sales and how many properties sold within this time frame. The price range for the last 2 years, the age range, the median age, as well as the bed, bath, square footage, lot size, price per square foot, median value. So this is all here within the comps. And typically we provide 15 to 20 comparable sales within the profile. Okay. Now, with our profiles, you can also see them shown on a map. And this way it shows, here's our subject property, and then each number corresponds with the property that it correlates to. So this way you can see where it's in relation to our subject property. Okay. Any questions so far?
Nicole, is
Yes.
this report available to all the agents directly? Does it have to go through you first?
So what I did is I pulled this information from our online system. So
Right.
yes, the agents can have access to this information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're interested in obtaining access, I'm going to leave my information in the
Okay.
chat. You can send me an email or a text and I can create accounts for you.
Okay.
But I also recommend that you order profiles from us or through our customer service department. And when you're going on a listing presentation, we can provide this comprehensive report, color profile with tabs, which looks amazing. And it's a great presentation to, give to the property owner when you go out for your meeting. So you will impress them. We can also include within the profile, for those of you that remember our Fidelity Agent One app, which allows you to calculate the seller net sheets. We can include a seller net sheet within the profile. If you know what the list price is that you're, planning to list this property for, or we can give a couple different scenarios that we can also include in the profile if you'd like. Okay. If you don't wish to have it included in the profile, you can pull that information while you're sitting there speaking with the clients on your mobile device. And I can set up another time to go over the Fidelity Agent app again, because we've expanded, they've added new features to the mobile device that is very powerful for you to have at your fingertips, especially with the compensations. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
yes, the agents do have access to this and they can pull it at any time that they'd like. Okay. After hours. Next, you'll see the transaction history. It will show what's taken place, what's recorded on the property, what types of transfers have taken place, if there's any open loans, if there's any foreclosure activity, if there are any mechanics liens. All of these items would be included within the documents of the profile. If there's list pendants recorded, we would show those items, okay? And remember, profiles are free. They give some basic information, whereas our preliminary title report you have to pay for, and that gives more detailed information on the property as well as the name. Okay, so this will just give you an overview of the property and some items to discuss with the seller, especially if they're not aware of, potential loans that might be there or mechanics liens. Okay.
Nicole, does this report include any quick claim deeds or grant deeds that in the history?
Yes. So when we get past the aerial report and all this, then this will show the grant deed. There was a grant deed or a quick claim deed included in this particular property.
Okay.
So I will scroll to that. Then you'll have an aerial view of the property. Obviously, this is a large piece of land, so it didn't zoom in. It's basically zoomed out. This is our subject property. And then nearby neighbors. So you're going to go out door knocking. You can go in and pull up a list of the nearby neighbors once you've signed that listing, and you can hit the 10 properties that are closest to your subject property. Actually, I think it's 15 or 20, 15 property owners. So this is a great way for you to go knock on their door, let them know that you just signed the listing, and invite them to an open house that you'll be holding, the upcoming weekend or in a few weeks. So this is, again, a great way for you to go and target those individuals, nearby neighbors. Then you have the tax report, and we include this information in all of our profiles. Shows the current tax year, the taxable amount, which for this particular property is 621,890,468. Their current tax amount is 195,000 plus per year. Gives the tax agency, so this property's in LA County. If you have properties in Orange County, it would provide the information for that particular tax agency. Okay, then you'll have the tax parcel information. It shows the tax year 2024, shows the first installment, and it shows that it was paid, and then second installment, which is becoming due and is due now and becomes delinquent April 10th. So if you have any transactions in escrow, we always remind you to have your clients pay the taxes through their transaction through escrow to avoid duplicate payments or money being held. Okay. So just a reminder, taxes are due and become delinquent April 10th. Then assessments and bonds. A lot of times I'll receive calls, Nicole, can you tell me if this particular property has Mello-Roos? This is where you would find that information if the property does have Mello-Roos. Okay, in this case, I don't see anything here showing Mello-Roos. A lot of times it will show collection for trauma, emergency services. This is our fire department. You know, the main tax that's here, water, mosquito abatement, and then also the district that the property is located in. So that's how all of those amounts that are collected here for these different departments add up to what the total tax amount is for your property taxes. Okay. And then we have our disclaimer here. And again, this information is gathered from the LA County Tax Collector and Assessor's Office. Then I believe John says within his report, he has the estimated property tax profile report. We do as well. This is something new that we implemented. I think it's been about 2 years. So if you're working with buyers and you want to be able to provide them what their future taxes would be, you would be able to enter the future or the price of the property that they are purchasing the property for, and it would give the new tax amount and then their total estimated monthly amount and what their new effective tax rate would be. And then it would also provide the months to collect at closing for the first 3 months, March, April, and May. Gives the current tax amount here, and then the effective tax rate, and then again provides the tax agency information. So this is great to share with your buyers. And even when you're working with your buyers and they're trying to decide on a property to purchase, you know, this will allow them to look at what their estimated payments would be, including those taxes. So a great piece of info to pull. Okay, and you can, again, pull this from our online system, and we can also provide it through our profiles within our customer service department. Then we have the plat map, which you'll see, and you always want to go and look for the number that's in the circle because this is the actual parcel number that you're looking for. And in this case, the map is basically this whole entire parcel. If I would have pulled another profile, you would see, you know, the typical lines or angles. So in this case, you know, the Getty's a large parcel. So you'll also find information on here as far as what the lot size is. So you can compare here to what's shown on the cover page. Okay. Now, Peter, you were asking documents. Are the documents included? Here are the documents. So this is the recorded instrument number that the county recorder assigns for this document. This is the date that it was filed and the time. And let me zoom out.
How far does
So
it
there
go
was-
back?
So with the online system, it doesn't always go back to, as long as they've owned the property. I just pulled the last recorded document that showed.
Just the
But
last one.
yeah, but within our profile system, when I call into customer service, generally we provide the last recorded deed. If you'd like to acquire the property and any subsequent deeds, quitclaim deeds in between, you just need to request that, but because we always pull the last recorded grant deed or quitclaim deed to show who the vested owner is. And in the profile, we're only going to show the open loans. So if any loans have been paid off, they will not be included. If you wish to see those along with the reconveyances that are recorded, you just need to request those from us.
I see.
Okay.
Thank you.
So here we see the quitclaim deed shows who owned a particular portion, and it was Mount St. Mary's, and they quitclaimed to the Getty Museum. So an interest of land or a piece of land they deeded over to the Getty. And you'll see the notary information and then also the recorded legal. So the legal description is included here. And you'll see that in all the profiles. A lot of times I also receive questions regarding the documents and if there's a typo that's made. And in this particular case, this is a very involved legal description. But if the lot number is incorrect on the document, it would then be shown on the lot that deed is recorded on. So sometimes this takes place. And so what happens is, we need to get that original deed back from the owner, and it can be re-recorded for the purpose of correcting the legal description. But the most important thing is to have the correct legal, because that is what we go off of first, and then the parcel number, then the address. So the legal description is the most important part of the document. And if there's any errors, thankfully, the county is really reviewing and double checking these documents. In the past, they didn't. So if there is an error, they will send a letter to the homeowner along with a copy of the document to inform them and let them know that it needs to be corrected. Okay. So this concludes our discussion of the profile and how it can benefit you and provide you with the necessary tools to equip you when you're going out and signing that listing. And if you have any questions at all for me or need guidance, need assistance reviewing the profile, I'm more than happy to help you. I'm here to partner with you and help you grow your business. And I appreciate all of you and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Nicole. This is very, very useful information. I'm glad that that you taught us this, and I'm sure that the agents looking forward to getting the permission from you to access the information. So that would be very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
All right. Do we have any more affiliates that came in late? Okay, if not,
Peter, I have one thing to say about profiles and stuff.
Okay,
when you're taking a listing, don't leave the profile with the client, because then they're going to use all the information that you helped them with to play against you with another title company or another agent. So, yeah, it happened. So I
That's
was
not good.
told a long time ago when I was at Doug Meyer's office, don't leave the profiles because those are, it's, you know, recorded information and stuff, and they're not privy to that unless they really give you the listing. Then you can. But if they're not going to give you the listing then and there, I wouldn't leave it.
I see. Interesting. Okay, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
All right, I have a few announcements to make. There will be no lunch and learn this Wednesday. We only have lunch and learn every other week. So since we have lunch and learn last week, we won't have lunch and learn this week. So, but the Friday we will have a very important training. It's for the commercial agents, and the home office is going to train us on the build out. The build out is the equivalent of Moxie systems in the residential, only better, much better than the Moxie, I think. It will give you the comparables. It give you the property, the profiles. It give you the offering memorandums. It give you a lot of documents or letter of intent or things like that for you to do the commercial real estate. Very powerful app, and it's only available to commercial agents. So if you want to do some commercial real estate, come to the training on Friday. Okay, it's at 10 o'clock, and it's going to be very useful. You will not be disappointed. Okay, and there will be two. And also, I want to announce that there are two ongoing, not ongoing, but it will be available. Training programs for commercial real estate agents. The first one is CRE WIN, which is a 10-week class offered by the Co-Banker Commercial Home Office. It is an in-depth training for the already experienced real estate or commercial real estate, I should say, agents, and it's going to be very powerful and very useful. So for people who want to brush up their commercial real estate techniques, that this is the course to take. There is also another commercial training available, which is a CRE Navigator, which is catered for the no voice commercial agent. For the residential agent trying to do more commercial real estate transactions, and it is also going to be a 10-week class, but it's in a more fundamental level. So either way, you know, I encourage you to, depends on your situation, at least, you know, register for one of them. You have to pre-register, otherwise they will not send you the link. So it's very easy to register. Just click on the information that I send you. I sent it to you twice already. So if you still don't get it, let me know, and I will help you register the classes. Okay. Any question on that?
Yeah, I registered, Peter, but
Okay.
I didn't get any response. So maybe I need that link again.
Who didn't respond?
When I registered, I think Michelle said that I had to get a response from them.
Yeah, they automatically respond to you very quickly. So if they didn't, you register again.
Yeah. So if you can send that again, email.
Okay, I'll blast it again to everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, that's good. Any more questions? If not, I would like to call Doug Meyer to talk to us. Doug?
Hello, everybody. Peter, I don't have my Hawaiian shirt on today. Sorry.
Okay, well, you have any announcement, or you want to have anything to share with us?
Well, first of all, to the Arcadia agents, I want to say I hope you're all settled in your new home, and and things are going well for you. Any problems or issues or questions, please see Michelle or myself. Michelle has been so helpful. I really appreciate you, Michelle.
Oh, thank you.
And to the Alhambra agents, I want to say thank you for welcoming us into your home. We're all one big family now in one place, right? So that's good. Also on the commercial training, guys, I strongly urge, if you have any interest in commercial at all, I strongly urge you to sign up for it. It's really easy to sign up. Just answer a couple of questions and you're in, like your name. It's pretty, if you know your name, I think you can register. So I recommend that you do that. And also, I want to remind you that the sphere of influence is where you will get your easiest and best sales. So everybody, go look at everybody in your phone list, everybody in your email list, family, friends, neighbors, anybody you pay money to, and stay in touch with these people. Make a list and make a purpose. Yesterday I spent the whole afternoon doing postcards that I'm going to send out to my sphere of influence. I do that about every 2 months, and I try to call them when I can. But I'm telling you, this is where the best, easiest business is. They know you, they like you, they trust you. And if they have a need or they know somebody has a need, they're going to call on you. But you got to stay in touch because, out of sight, out of mind, I'm telling you, if you don't stay in touch, they're going to forget you. So stay in touch with your sphere of influence. Do whatever else you're doing, but your sphere of influence, I'm telling you, that's what you want to do, okay? Concentrate on that. And that's it for today, Peter.
Thank you. Thank you,
tomorrow.
Thanks for sharing.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
All right. Michelle, do you have any announcement or anything to share with us?
Nope, I'm just looking forward to the commercial classes. I have registered some of you that had problems. So like Peter said, if you need help, contact one of us. I can help too.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the commercial classes.
All right. Thank you. Now for our Alhambra office, we have very good business this week. We have 6 listings. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in escrow. Very good. One of the best week that we have. For the listings, we have Trime Cam and Harrison Cam for condo in Monterey Park, 887,000. And then we have 5 condo listings from Nina and Tatiana in Monterey Park and Alhambra. 680,000 and 618,000 in Monterey Park, and 853,000 and 1.4 million, and also 850,000 in Alhambra. So a lot of condos on sale recently. So some and they're selling pretty good too. Once you have the listing, there are a lot of people coming to our open house. I attended the one in Monterey Park this weekend, and there's a lot of people coming to the open house. So that's a good sign for our business. So if you have clients or go for it, okay. And we have, as I said, we have 11 transactions in escrow. The first one is Christina Fan, 887,000. And for residents in Rosemead, and then also Christine has a commercial lease for 192,000 in Temple City. Veho has a commercial listing of 1.09 million. Nada Ramos has a condo listing in Downey, 640,000. Not a listing, but a sale. I'm sorry, it's in escrow already. And Nina Shi, a condo in Alhambra. Actually, she has 3 condos in Alhambra. One for 1.2 million, one for 853,000, and the other for 850,000 in Alhambra. And then have Cody and Cindy with the residents in Monterey Park for 940,000. And Rosa Reyes for residents in Monterey Park for 990,000. Then we have Cindy Fan, residents in Moreno Valley for 610,000. and also Cindy, fan for residents in Fountain Valley. So very good. 11 deals in escrow right now. So I hope that we can keep on the momentum and have a good business in 2025. Okay, I'm very excited about it. Okay, any comments? Any additional listing or sales or that I missed, or any reduction in price that you want to mention, or anything that you want to share with us? This is time to speak up. No, pretty quiet, huh? Okay, then I'll share a simple message for you today. And as you know, in January we have a wildfire, and then in the Pacific Palisades and also Altadena, and that's 2 months already, and the people are still scrambling to rebuild their homes. And my heart goes to the people who lost their homes. But there's a lot of questions, a lot of confusions out there. Question about what to do with the property tax, what to do with the mortgage, and what to do with the insurance. And so a lot of confusions. And with respect to that, assessor's office has announced some clarification regarding the property tax, which I want to share with you. Okay, and as I said, it's a lot of confusion out there, and so the message is for us to clarify and understand the property assessment and taxation for rebuilding. And for that, Jeff Prang, which is the county assessor's office, actually took it very seriously and come out to help with those questions and give out advisories, and which is intended to help the property owners understand how additional square footage impacts the property taxes. The key, the thing is that right now the city and the county rebuilding programs allow the property owners to rebuild up to 110% of the original structure. Now, this 110% is by the area only. But it doesn't mean that if you rebuild it to under 10%, the property tax will stay the same. And actually, it will be adjusted according to the current valuation. In other words, if the property used to be $1 million, and then you spend some money to rebuild it up to 110%. Okay, that's the maximum you can rebuild without kind of a penalty, or without, in order to have a favorable the consideration for the rebuilding. So if you rebuild it to a higher or more footage, and the additional square footage is not exempt from the property assessment and taxation. So in other words, if you rebuild the property if the original is 1.1 million, and you rebuild the property and it's assessed to be 1.3, then the 30% will be assessed on additional to the original property tax. And there are two things that they did, county-wise and state-wise. The governor Gavin Newsom had an executive order to suspend the CEQA and the Coastal Act review. Now, as you know, the CEQA is very cumbersome regulation, as well as the Coastal Act. Sometimes it will take you a year to clear those CEQA and Coastal Act the review in order to be able to do any remodeling or any new construction for the coastal houses, the coastal properties, such as the Pacific Palisades. But now they suspended the requirements, and so they don't need to go through the process, and it's much quicker. But the only condition is that you do not exceed the 110% of the original size. In other words, if the original area is 1,000 square feet, the rebuilt cannot be more than 1,100 square feet. But if it exceeds that, then it has to go to the regular CEQA and the Coastal Act review. So if you stay within the parameter of 110%, then you don't have to go through that cumbersome review. And also the city mayor, Karen Bass, also issued an emergency executive order to fast track the permit approval for rebuilding within the same parameters. So in other words, if you're rebuilding it within 110% of the original size, then the permit process will be much expedited, and it will be much faster. Now, if you want to have property tax relief, you can also apply for that if you belong to those disasters area. And you can apply under the misfortune and calamity program to reduce the property tax until rebuilding begins. In other words, if you're burned down to the ground and you have nothing to show for the value of the property, then you can apply for them to forgive, or for them to forbear your property tax until you rebuild the house again. But then once the rebuild to the equivalent structure is completed, the original tax base is restored. If you have more than 110% value, then the tax will go up also. In other words, if you had the value is within 110%, then you keep the original value of the property tax. But if it's over 110%, which is most likely because nowadays everything is so expensive. So, but if it goes over 110%, then you have to pay additional property tax. So in other words, I'm repeating it again, is that if the owner builds beyond the original structure equivalent, the additional will be assessed at the market value and added to the original tax base. And the way to understand this is you have the California Revenue and Tax Code Section 70.5, which allows a property to be rebuilt up to 120% of the pre-damage full cash value without reassessment. In other words, if you rebuild it up to 120%, now 120% is the value of the property. It's not the area of the property. So in other words, if the property is worth $1 million now, and if you rebuild it so that the new value is $1.2 million, then you don't get the additional tax base. But if it goes over 120% value, then the additional amount will be added to the evaluation of the property tax base. So you have to be careful about that, okay? And so sometimes this kind of things are a little bit complicated. It's not very easy to understand. If you still have problems, you could contact the LA County Assessor's Office, and they are very, very helpful. I went down to the LA downtown county assessor's office. They're very amicable, and then you can always drop by and ask for talking to the deputy assessors, and then they can answer your questions right there, and it's very, very very, very helpful. So just if you have any question, don't be bashful. And you can also call them over the phone, but over the phone, sometimes you have to wait a long time. So that's my advice. I will always, if I have important things to consult, I always go down to the downtown assessor's office and talk to the assessors, deputy assessors, directly. So, all right, that's all I have to share today. Any questions? Pretty simple today. Yeah, we are very on time today.
Yeah, Peter, just a
Yes,
comment.
Steve?
Very confusing. Looks like reasonable, but if you are just think about that, we are talking about inflation. Today, the stock market is coming down, and we are afraid about the recession. And I don't want to say anything, but this tariff could increase the construction cost.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Yeah, I know. That's why it's very confusing. They are probably only think that, oh, well, if I will build a house, I will still have the old property tax base. So most likely you will not, because every time that you will build, it's so expensive nowadays,
Yeah.
And
so if you
then
set
when they reassess, it's going to be a much higher value.
Yeah, you set an upper limit for the construction cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is today's number. Tomorrow will be changed.
Right.
So
right. I know. It's confusing. That's why the assessor come out and try to clarify that, because there's a lot of confusion out there, and a lot of builders say, oh, don't worry about it. You can build up to 120% of the original size. But then the thing is, after you build 120%, then you get reassessed, and then you have a much higher property tax.
Yeah, don't worry. The administration is going to be changed tomorrow again about the orders.
Yeah, I hope so. But right now, it doesn't seem to be fair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just a comment.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. Any question or any comments?
Yes, Peter, it's me. How you doing? I have a question about the commercial class. Is it two separate classes?
Yeah, there's two separate classes. One is for the experienced really commercial agent. One is for the novice. I mean the newcomers.
Because when I registered, it came out as if it was one class that would cover both residential and commercial agents.
Oh, no, it's primarily for the commercial agents.
Okay, I guess someone have to check that again, because it shows the same dates.
Yeah, the CRE Navigator is for the residential agent who wants to become a commercial agent.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let me check the email again.
Yeah, and this CRE WIN is for already commercial agents want to brush up their technique of the real estate transaction, commercial real estate transactions.
Okay, thank you, Peter.
All right, sure, you're welcome. Any other questions?
Hi, Peter, this is Buddy.
Yeah, Buddy.
I got a question regarding that 110% replacement you mentioned.
Yeah.
Meaning to say that if you go over the 110%, so that the area or the square footage in excess of the 110%
right,
would be reassessed for an additional tax based on current value?
Yeah, it depends on how much you you may how much you spend for the 110% to be built, and what is the ultimate per market value for that rebuilding. Yes, and it will be, yeah, if it is not over 120% of the original value, then the property tax will remain the same. But if it's go for over 120% of the original value, it will be additional property tax.
So the additional property tax assessment will be based on the excess of the 120%?
Yes.
Example, if I built 140%.
Well, if it's 140%, then whatever that
The
is over
excess.
120% will be additional for the assessment of the property tax.
Okay, so the 20% excess will be assessed based on current value. And the 120% will be based.
No, 120% will be based on the current value after the rebuilding, after the
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so in other words, it's most likely you're going to over 120% once we build, because
Yeah, okay,
probably that's why Steve has said it's not fair.
okay, got it.
Hopefully they will
That's-
change, but
Yeah, because
now it's not fair.
considering the material cost compared to what it was.
Yeah, it's
before.
very expensive now. The
That's
labor and
expensive.
material cost very expensive. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
sure, you're welcome. Anything else? Okay, if nothing else, wish you a very nice week, and it's a beautiful weather, and let's go out and do some business. Okay, all right.
Exactly.
Bye-bye,
See you guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Nice
We're
Bye-bye.
gonna have moisture.
Have an incredible
so
week.
Be ready for
Bye-bye.
that.
Thank you.
Bye.
Nicole. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Bye.